You're making a run at it, aren't you? Rolling up a stake and going to Vegas.
The #1 poker internet show is now on the radio. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. For the next 60 minutes, we're going to talk poker news, entertainment, and have lots of Sin City surprises. The phone lines are open at 731-1230. That's 731-1230. Or toll free. 1-866-820-5528. That's 1-866-820-KLAV. Now, let's bring on the host. He's going all in. Here is Mark Hoke.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
All right.
Mike, I'm very happy with you here once again on the Mark Hoke Show. We, of course, are live here on KLAV, 1230, The Talk of Las Vegas. And Mike Matusow is alive and conscious in an AM hour. I just want to put this on record.
That's not true. I'm not alive and I'm not conscious.
Okay, he's just pretending, but he's doing a great job. But, yeah, Mike actually got here on time. See, I know the poker player rule. When you say a time that you want somebody to get here, you're actually planning them to get here like 15 minutes later. Mike actually got here on time this morning.
Yeah, I'm sat around for a half hour.
I'm sorry.
I followed him into the parking lot. I was running late this morning, too.
Yeah, me too. I felt bad like I might be like a minute late. Never mind.
You got the wings done right before the show. You're great.
Yeah, I'm all right.
So we're all good. We're happy. Mike's got food now, so he's doing okay. But, hey, we're very happy to be getting things rolling. We got Nate Dowland over there. What's up, buddy?
Good morning. Great day.
That's it?
I've got so much going on. I got my show tonight on On-Tilt Radio, and then we're going to be moving that. And then I just got done watching the second episode of Project All In this morning, right before I came down here. That was such a great time with the Nevada Poker League guys and Joe Payne and the Pink Ladies Poker Tour.
You betcha. And speaking of Pink Ladies Poker Tour, Donna Houle is here. Good to see you, Donna. What's up?
Not much. Thanks for having me.
Donna's playing hooky.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that, should I?
No, that's okay.
No, that's okay.
They'll never know.
They'll never know. It's only going out to the whole world. No big deal. And, of course, featured guest in here today, none other than the mouth of Mike Matusow.
What's up?
What's up? Good to see you, Mike, again.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm 11 a.m. No, I don't usually survive at this time in the morning.
I'm changing the poker world. We're getting everybody up a hair early, but it's okay. But, wow. Wait, some great stuff coming up here in the poker world, of course. November 9 is happening here next week, along with the Hall of Fame inductions on Sunday. Man, I'll tell you what, this is going to be one hell of a final table. I have done a pretty good job predicting what's going to happen over the past few years. I've been really, within a player or two, one way or the other. This one, I'm feeling JC Tran, but how this table's going to turn out, I've got no idea. It is going to be
I'm liking
amazing.
JC.
JC's got twice as many chips as everybody else, and he's the best player. How could you not like him?
Absolutely.
It's his to lose, for sure. It's the only way he's going to do it is if he runs into something.
He's going to finish in the top two. I mean, if he don't finish in the top two, he could pull an Anton Morgenstern, but I don't think so.
Yeah, let's not do that. Oh, and by the way, of course, this news segment,
ugly.
This news segment is called The Read. We gotta get that right.
Scanning the poker tables from around the world. This is The Read, brought to you by PokerNews.com.
There we go. Now we got it in at least closer to the beginning this time, as opposed to the end. But the November 9 starting off here, it is, of course, J.C. Tran out in front right now, 38 million chips. He's got Amir Lavat sitting there 29-7, trying to chase him down. Jay Farber and Ryan Reese right behind it, about 26 million each. So this should be
what's amazing about that final table is like the people, Lavat and Reese that have chips. I mean, they never had chips the whole tournament. I mean, they were like the tiniest stack, and the next thing you know, they got chips. I'm pulling for Mark Newhouse. He's a good friend of mine. JC's a good friend of mine too. But I mean, I don't know. They both, either one. If they both, that's all I care about is one of those two win.
Yeah, and of course Newhouse, one of the short stacks in here. found his way in. I believe he was at 4 blinds late with 10 to go, and somehow found a way home.
And then he was a leader with 20 to go. It's just once the stacks got up there. I mean, it was a lot of switching and a lot of crazy things happening, and it's just Mark wouldn't even have been alive if it wasn't for Mr. Morgenstern.
Yes, I agree with that.
Who really lost his mind not once but twice, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep, it was a
Well, 3 times if you count the $4.5 million. He 5-bet the 7-8 into 2 aces. So I guess you can say he lost his mind 3 times that we know of.
So I would just call that a total mind loss over a long period.
I wonder if
of
that
time.
guy just doesn't wake up like every morning still since that tournament and say, "What did I do?"
I know. He had a chance to coast in, and it didn't happen. So
And it's memorialized on TV, so he gets to see it all the time.
yeah,
I mean, John Shipley's blow up was considered the greatest blow up in World Series history. But then, what's his name? Who's 6-bet with the A6
Sublime.
yeah.
Joe Chung.
Joe Chung, he took over that as the biggest blow up in World Series history, and I'd have to say that Anton Morgenstern's has to be, even though there was still 20 something left, has to be bigger than both of those because, I mean, he finished 20th, and he had like 10-1 chip lead with 28 to go. So I don't know. It was pretty ugly to watch.
Well, let's hope we have no ugliness coming up here this week. Let's just see some great poker and get excited about the November 9. Of course, we'll be down there at the Rio all week, so it should be an awesome time there. We did have some other news out there, by the way. Out at the WSOP circuit event at the Horseshoe Hammond, a new record for the main event out there. They drew 1,717 entries for this one. James Dorrance takes it down for $418,526 at a WSOP circuit event. Unbelievable.
That's a great payday for a circuit event. It's amazing.
That's sick. That is unreal. James Dorrance knocking off David Cosio. Second place, picking up $260,000 on that final table. Last guy on the final table got $43K.
Wow.
Sweet.
That is impressive. So another nice run for a WSOP circuit event, and just seems like everything goes crazy up in Hammond. I don't know what it is about that place, but the money just flows like crazy. So congratulations.
Midwest location.
Yeah, congratulations to James Dorrance taking that down. Actually, from my home stomping grounds around Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Sweet.
So good for him.
How about Player of the Year, Daniel Negreanu?
Yes, Daniel Negreanu, also, of course, winning Player of the Year. Taking down the high roller, just said, you know what, I only had to finish 8th, but what the hell, let's win it.
Yeah, I told you it was his to lose.
Yep.
He knew what he had to do to make Player of the Year, and he got there. That's exactly what I expected to happen last week.
Yeah, so we'll probably talk about that a little bit with Mike, too. It's stirring a lot of controversy, so we'll get to discuss that.
Well, let's see. I mean, he had his worst World Series he ever had, and he won Player of the Year. So, yeah, okay.
Worst World Series here in town, but the rest of the World Series.
When he ran around town to the, well, no, I don't want to get into it. I think Daniel's a great player, so I'll never say anything. But I'm not a big fan of the World Series of Poker Player of the Year being in Australia and in Europe. And I mean, it cost me, if I wanted to go to the World Series of Poker in Europe this year without playing any tournament, it cost me $25,000 just to show up and play and sit in a hotel. Okay, I mean, how many people have money to just go travel the world to try and, it's basically saying if you got money and you can travel the world, then you're going to be Player of the Year. And I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, and the guy who finished second, I think what he did at the World Series this year was unbelievable. I mean, I beat him when I won my bracelet this year, and then he went on and finished 2 other final tables, including winning the $50,000. So, for him not to win, it just doesn't seem right. But whatever.
So Daniel Negreanu gets another big honor in his career. So there you go. Hey, we have one of the Grindettes on the phone. It is Katie Stone. Let's say hi to Katie. Katie, how are you?
Hey, Mark. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Great to talk to you. One of the amazing Grindettes. Make sure you check them out, grindettes.com, on Twitter at Grindettes, and, of course, the Grindettes on Facebook. So, Katie, the November 9's here. What do you think? We've got an outstanding table. What's going to happen?
Yeah, it's going to be really fun to watch. It's coming up like in a week, right?
Yeah, next week.
Oh, wow, yeah. It's a shame. I wish I could go to Vegas for it. I'm still in Mexico. I won't be in Vegas until the week after that. But I'm kind of rooting for Raptor, because I think he's kind of like, I mean, at least for me, he's just the most relatable as far as, like when I was first starting in online poker, he was, he was kind of in it from the beginning. He's one of the kind of old school people, and, just somebody who I looked up to, from the very beginning of my online poker career. And I think it's kind of cool, if you were to think about somebody who, everybody thinks about the main event champion as being this amazing player and, one of the best players in the world. And obviously we all know that that's not always the case, but if you can think about somebody who is, deserving and who really is one of the top players in the world, and ideally who would you pick to win the main event? It would be somebody like David Benefield, and just be. He's been around forever. He's one of the top players, probably one of the best minds to ever. And
we're losing. Katie. We're losing there a little bit. I'm guessing you're probably on Skype, and looks like the Skype monster has stepped up and bit us there a little bit. But yeah, she of course talking about David Benefield, who is on the short stack and stuck between J.C. Tran and Jay Farber. It's going to be a tough fight for him to get through this, but if he can chip up one time, he might be one of those. He's kind of like Jeremy Osmus last year, came in short stacked and had to fight his way through this. So
Jeremy played great last year.
Yeah, he did. I mean, if Jeremy had been able to come in with a few more chips, he might have won the thing.
There's another World Series of Poker Europe bracelet coming home.
Yeah.
Jeremy Osmus.
I don't count World Series of Poker as bracelets, so you're talking to the wrong guy.
All right.
The only ones that count as bracelets for me are what you win in town.
All right.
At the World Series. Because I don't think it's fair to other people that can't go.
Yeah.
So Helmut's only got 12 in your mind.
As far as I'm concerned, right?
All right, I agree.
Just like when I won mine this year, I got 4 real ones. That's exactly what I told them when I won it.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's just, that's my opinion. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Not to take anything away from Daniel or anybody. I don't care what anybody says. Daniel's one of the greatest, but, I'm not.
Dead on.
Oh, his reads are dead on. If you ever followed his reads, he'd really be good. I mean, he's like, yeah, I think you have King Jack, but I've got a call. Yep, you got King Jack. Oh, fuck, there goes all my chips.
Oh,
so I mean, that's
Tim's on the button there.
Oh, fuck, I didn't know you couldn't curse on this thing. Oh,
yes,
now I really
that's real radio.
I got to really watch out. All right,
It's all right. But Katie's back on here. Katie, yeah. So are we have you back?
Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's okay. No problem.
Mexican.
Okay, yeah, it sounds like we're losing again too. So, I think we'll take your rooting interest there at heart, and we'll stick with that. And I will get to talk to you again soon. Okay. Yep, and yeah, we did lose her. So there you go, David Benefield getting a shout out on there. All right, so hopefully this is going to work too, because we had Doug Hull from Poker Plays You Can Use was in Las Vegas this week, so we did an interview with him. And hopefully this is going to work. It is time for the Poker Plays You Can Use segment.
It's time for the Poker Plays You Can Use strategy segment with author Doug Hull.
Doug, this time around, Doug is going to be talking about seat selection. So let's hear from Doug. And we are not picking up Doug. All right, so. But Doug had an interesting point on this, and I'll just stop the recording. Doug was talking about how one thing that it was really neat was he's looking for the guy that has the wild and crazy image, and anybody that's got any stereotype you're looking for. Doug suggested you try and find that crazy guy. If he sees a guy with a half-filled can of beer, go for it. Sit down, and try to take him out. Those are the kind of guys you're looking for. Mike, you want to chip in on that real quick?
Doesn't take a rocket science to figure that one out. I mean, you can look at somebody and know who, okay, that guy there, he's tight, weak. That guy there, he's an idiot. That guy there is a drunk. I mean, you just kind of like, that guy can play, stay away from him, and that guy can play, stay away from him. It doesn't, anybody who knows anything about poker could sit at a table and in the first 10 minutes know exactly who's who. I mean, that's what I do, and I concentrate for the first 15 minutes once I know who's who and what I'm dealing with, who the aggressive players are, who the people to keep an eye on, and then I just keep an eye on them, and that's it.
So go in there and clean house. So
do you ever watch the same people for different gears?
They're all too stupid to have different gears. I mean, I got a different gear, and a couple other. I mean, a lot of people have a different gear, but everybody's a creature of their own habit. You know, they don't say, "Oh, I think I'm going to throw a false tell off this time." You know, they're not smart enough for that. You know, every time I'm raising, I think about it. Okay, what should I do this time that I did different? That's going to throw these guys off. So,
all right. Well, make sure you guys check out Doug's book. Of course, poker plays you can use. Go to 3barrelbluff.com. 25% off. You put in the code KLAV. So get that great book today. And, of course, we have that interview up on RogueWire.com if you want to check that out. And, of course, our new podcast. The podcasts are up, which is exciting, too. So give Doug a listen. Certainly appreciate it, and pick the book up today. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to be back with Mike, Donna, and Nate. So stick around, everybody.
Join us on Saturday, November 30th for an outstanding day of poker excitement. It's Lane Flack's On Tilt Poker Throwdown 2013 at the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas to benefit the Southern Nevada Bully Breed Rescue and the Las Vegas Boxer Rescue. Brought to you by On Tilt Merchandisers and Rockwell Watches. The Poker Throwdown features a unique 5-team format plus individual participation as well. Team up with a poker pro or celebrity and take your shot at winning it all. Red carpet photos, silent auctions, great poker action, and a VIP after party await you at the poker charity event of the year. Visit pokerthrowdown.net for more information and join Lane Flack at the Golden Nugget on Saturday, November 30th for the On Tilt Poker Throwdown.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out no matter what you're doing when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today. Want to be a millionaire? Then see if you can become fantasy sports royalty in the 2013 Fantasy Football Millionaire Grand Final at DraftKings.com. Play for free or in paid contests for real money, plus games last one day, so there's no long-term commitment. Thousands of winners have won over 10 million prizes on DraftKings.com, and now it's your turn to cash in. Go to DraftKings.com right now, enter the promo code Hoke, and get a 100% deposit bonus and a free entry into the Millionaire Grand Final Qualifier. So don't wait. Crown yourself the king of fantasy sports at DraftKings.com.
When it comes to custom poker tables, why would you buy something someone else designed and even named for their sales or marketing purposes?
The Nighthawk, the Gambler, the Big Slick, the Nuts.
Sure, you can customize it if you want, as long as you choose between black, red, or even green cloth, but that's about it. When you choose to play off tilt, it's not just another table, it's your table. The same price gets you a fully custom designed table that reflects your style and game. Off Tilt makes it easy to design a truly one-of-a-kind custom poker table that'll give you home table advantage. Sure, Off Tilt could name their tables for marketing purposes, but why? It's not ours. We don't play on it. And to be honest, there are over 1,000 named Off Tilt tables worldwide, including the WSOP, the Deep Stacks Poker Tour, the Jonathan Papelbon, as well as Julie's, Chris's, Scott's, Amber's, Tristan's, just to name a few. So let us add your name to the list and deliver a truly custom-crafted, furniture-quality poker table worthy of your game. Visit www.offtiltpokertables.com or call Brian Knott today at 262-490-3812. We'll show you why Off Tilt is the only way to play.
Win your share of $50,000 in cash and prizes and get into the game for free with the Nevada Poker League. NPL has 17 locations in the Las Vegas area for you to play poker with your friends and neighbors. New season starts early October. Find a location near you at NevadaPokerLeague.com and get in the action tonight.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Matusow stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
Now, let's return to the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Yeah, that's me. Hi, everybody. How are we
Hi,
doing
Mark.
today? Hey, thanks, Donna. Appreciate that. You really didn't need to answer it, but that's all right. She's just dying to get into discussions there. Well, we had a little firestorm going on here at the commercial break. And, Mike, why don't we start off with that? This Player of the Year and the European and Australian bracelets. It seems like you're not too happy about these.
Well, I understand the World Series of Poker's their motto. They're trying to expand their brand and to different parts of the world and make the bracelet. But the thing is it's really the World Series of Poker has been a Vegas thing forever. I mean, there's only one World Series of Poker. And they're using that as to branch out and make themselves gazillions of dollars off of us, which anyone who wants to say any different knows that they're making it off us, and we get nothing as they make zillions of dollars in their pocket. And for people to say, okay, well, Australia counts as a bracelet and best all around, and Europe counts as this, and wherever Africa counts as a tournament, or wherever South Africa, wherever they go, it's just not right because, I mean, how many people could travel the world to go? I mean, I can't afford to travel the world. I mean, if I have to wanted to go just to Paris for the World Series of Poker Europe, it's going to cost me airfare round trip just in a business class seat, $10,000. My hotel's $1,000 American a night. That's another 10 days. That's another that's $20,000 plus my buy-ins plus my food, and it's $25,000 off the street. Now, I could probably afford it, but to me that's a lot of money. And to anybody else in the real world, or even in the poker world, who can afford to just go there or go to Australia to try and win a bracelet or try and win a best all-around player? I just don't think it's right, and I think that for high rollers and charity tournaments to count as in all-arounds, I think that's wrong too. And again, I'm just not taking anything away from Daniel because Daniel's a great player and he deserves it, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, and it would be interesting to see, if you decide that you wanted to do that traveling. What you could do, because, the thing is that I don't think people realize is how few tournaments you do play. I mean, I remember when you won the heads up this year, or, in the semifinals, you kind of, had some words for Scott Seaver there a little bit, but just about, how you don't play that many tournaments, and if you would be out there all the time, Lord knows what you'd be doing. I mean, the numbers you gave for this year are incredible.
Well, yeah, I played 16 tournaments this year. I've cashed in 8, final table 2, and won 2. Daniel's probably played in 150 tournaments this year, and he's won 2 and maybe cashed in 8. So, again, not taking anything away from Daniel because Daniel is a great player and Daniel deserves everything he has. But the thing is if I think that if you want to count World Series Poker Player of the Year, beside the fact I don't think they should count anything but the Las Vegas, let's every time you play a tournament you don't cash, let's deduct points and see how some people's do and see who really had the great tournament. Matthew Ashton, I don't care what anybody says, I know he had the best tournament of anybody at the World Series this year, and he don't win best all around because he wasn't in Australia or he didn't finish 8th or better in a high roller. I mean, it's just how many people can really afford to play $25 and $50, $100,000 high rollers? I mean, I know I can't, and I play the biggest poker game in the world every day. So that's just my opinion.
So of course, we also got to see you nominated for the Hall of Fame this year. Didn't get in. Mm-hmm. But, certainly a great honor. I know you're disappointed that you didn't make it. But tell everybody a little bit about that, at least getting nominated this year, what that meant to you.
Oh, it meant the world to me. I mean, it's something I've always felt that I deserve and something I know it will be. It's just a matter of time. I was hoping to be this year. I had such a big year, and my body of work is pretty good if you take into account of how many tournaments I've actually really played in my lifetime. Just what I've done in cash games. I'm a great cash game player. When people walk in the game and I'm in the game, I promise you they don't sit down and say, Mike's in the game, let's stick around, And I think that says a lot because, there's people on that list that people, let's just say Carlos, the best no limit hold'em tournament player I ever played with, and it definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. But when Carlos is sitting in a cash game and people see Carlos in the cash game, they line up and the list gets 20 people deep and say, oh, look at Carlos, he's playing in a cash game, or Scotty, what I'm saying? Again, not to take anything away from them, but people that are great cash game players, great tournament players, have done a lot for poker. I mean, I look at the list that were inducted to the Hall of Fame this year, that were on the list to get inducted, and I always felt that David Chu, and Hoke were the top three, and all three of us will get in. It's just a matter of time. It's just a shame none of us got in this year.
I think it's interesting when you look at some of the things that happened. It's like, Scotty not getting in, a lot of people attributed that to what happened at the horse tournament.
Right.
And
Scotty got in this year.
Yeah, and now he finally, after 4 or 5 years,
Right.
finally got in there. Do you feel like maybe at some point you're going to be facing a little bit of the same just because of the reputation you have with being Mike the Mouth?
No, because everybody in poker loves me. They all know I got a heart of gold. I do a lot for the game. I care about everybody. I care about people. I care about the game. I'm a straight shooter. I tell it like it is, but I'm not a type of person that people dislike or say, oh, I don't like Mike, or Mike hasn't done. What has Mike done? Just remember, I was around when there was 20 people going from tournament to tournament in the WPTs, trying to build that into something big. I tell people all the time that like to say negative things about me or some of the people that were around when they had nothing. If it wasn't for us traveling the circuit when there was 25, 30, 40 people in every tournament, building the WPT brand, building the World Series of Poker brand into what it is today, they wouldn't have what they have today. So a lot of people should be more appreciative of the fact of how hard we worked and what we've turned poker into today. Whether they're a better player than me or not, they have to respect people that were around that did a lot for the game.
When you're out there and you're at tournaments, and how do you balance between being Mike the Mouth and being Mike Matusow? Because everybody that knows you, like you said, I mean, you're a great guy. I mean, and people enjoy being around you. They know you got a heart of gold. But how do you make sure that you don't go over the line maybe with being Mike the Mouth as opposed to being Mike?
Well, I don't really talk shit to anybody that I don't know. That's another thing that's a fallacy about me, is like if I don't know them, I don't really say nothing. Or unless I'm sitting at the table and they keep messing with me, then I'll talk to them. So, other than that, I'm pretty straightforward. I like to mess with people I know for a long time. If I'm at a table and like to talk a lot of crap with them, people like Phil or Daniel or whatever, they're good friends of mine, so, we just kind of make it, as good as we can make it. But, Phil was so upset at me how he thought I went overboard on NBC Head Up with him. But listen, people don't, poker got famous off me and Phil going at each other. They don't want two of us sitting around at a poker table. They could watch that, especially if we're going to play for the Heads Up Championship. They want to see fireworks. They don't want to see us sitting there. And Phil thought I was a little hard on him, but everybody I talked to felt I wasn't. Everybody felt that I was just about right. So I think he's just sore because he got beat.
Speaking of being sore, Poker Night in America, the little slow roll from Sean Deeb. What happened in there?
I lost a big pot the hand before, and because I wasn't paying attention. I thought that Tom had straddled, but he had raised. If I knew Tom had already raised and he had 4-bet me, I would have took the 2 queens and throw him in the muck, because I knew that Tom was playing pretty tight, and there's no way he's ever 4-betting there without aces or kings. I mean, it'd been like people say, "Oh, you would have still called." No, I wouldn't even have called. I'd have lost $125 in the hand. Instead, I lose $13,000 because I thought he was in the straddle, and I thought it got raised because Greg had raised like 25 hands in a row. So when I flatted, I thought he was squeezing because he made 2,000. So I said, "Oh, he's squeezing Greg. He knows Greg don't have nothing." And I just flatted, so he doesn't think I have anything. So then I just shipped it on him. So that was just me not paying attention, and I was so upset that I did something like that because I wasn't paying attention. And then Sean decides he's going to be smart the next hand and slow roll me when I pick up 2 jacks the next hand and think it's hee hee ha ha funny. So I mean, he's lucky I didn't kick his ass, but you know, he apologized 100 times after. You know, people don't realize how much he apologized. He really felt bad about it, and you know, I accepted his apology. It took me a while to get over it, but once I did, me and Sean are good friends.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. If you didn't see the hand, you can find it on anywhere on the internet. Yeah, deep flopped quads, and then was actually, if you see the video, he was looking around telling everybody, hey, watch this, and you know, Mike kind of fell into the trap, and it was pretty.
Well, I
bad.
wasn't paying attention to him on that. I mean, because of the fact that I have 5,800 in front of me, and I was just still thinking about how stupid, and I wasn't paying attention to the hand before, and I was just couldn't get out of my mind how I would do something so stupid and not be paying attention. And then, you know, I'm thinking, okay, the flop's 5-5, 6. I mean, whatever. I mean, he's calling my raise with, you know, trying to flop a set, but I mean, whatever. If he did, he did. I mean, I had $5,000 left. It wasn't like a big deal, but it was the principle of it to do it at the time he did it was really out of line. Well, first of all, I've never slow rolled anybody in my life. I think anybody that slow rolls anybody, if it's ever been caught at a table, should be kicked out of poker for life. I think it should never be allowed in the game. I think it's one of the most cardinal sin in poker you could ever do to anybody, and I think there should be a rule. Anybody caught slow rolling should never be allowed to play again. So that'll teach them from ever doing it. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough spot there, but
it's one of the hard angle shooting parts of the game where it's not an illegal move, but
Right.
it's an immoral move.
Yeah,
it's just, you know, in the old days, you do something like that, you just get your shot. So I mean, that's when they ever did that in the days with Doyle and Chip were playing around. They would just pull out a fucking gun and shoot you. You know, that'd be the end of that.
Yeah, fortunately, we're a little past those days.
Sorry.
Producer Tim back there is ready to duck. It's like, wait a minute. Yeah, Mike actually put a finger up.
I'm
there,
so used to being on like interviews where I just can just let loose and say whatever I want. So.
Internet radio.
Yeah. This is real time. We gotta.
Why is it called Mark Hoke's the most famous internet show? If it's not, why don't you say the regular radio show?
Well, I'm transitioning.
Well, yeah. So then you don't make me look like, oh, he's on the internet. I can say what I want.
I'm sorry. I set Mike up for failure today, and I do apologize. But he's the man. He is always the man when he comes in here. And of course, we're on the Mark Hoke Show. We got Mike Matusow join us here. And Mike, the online poker situation. I know you used to love to play a lot. Oh, I forgot we had that caller there too. We'll get to Terry in a second. But what do you think about how the online situation is at this point?
Well,
be honest.
Yeah. You want my opinion? Or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to be too hard. I mean, maybe I get signed by somebody, and you know, I like to I represent people well. You know, you never know, but I mean, I'm not a big proponent of online poker. I think just as a license for people to steal. I mean,
that actually happened to you. I mean, rumors from before. Somebody had a camera set up behind your computer, right?
What's there to say? I mean, not just people cheating online, but I mean, Ultimate Bet stole millions from people. Company I work for stole millions from everybody. Everybody wants to legalize. What do they think, that the casinos are just, they're all straight arrow shooters, they're not going to steal millions from you, they're just going to do it legally?
Well, they're just hoping that with regulation somebody will actually get tossed in jail if they do it instead of given a yacht and told to just sail off to the Caribbean and nobody will touch you again.
You know what online poker was meant to really be? Okay, online poker was meant for people that don't have poker rooms in their town, or it's illegal or whatever, to play small limit poker and enjoy themselves at home and make money. And you know what? That's what online poker's for. I am a big proponent that there should never be high limit online poker. I mean, if there's 10-20 no limit at the tops, or 5-10, I think online poker is the greatest thing in the world.
Well, right now it's basically 3-6 on
whatever.
Ultimate.
That's
right?
great. That's perfect.
As small as you can get with just Nevada.
The people are going to make plenty of money, whatever. They don't need high limit poker, because let me tell you something. It doesn't. People go to 7-Eleven and they shoot clerks for $20 or $40. You know how easy it would be to steal millions online. I tell people this all the time. I could sit in a 25-50 PLO game. My friend could be sitting right next to me on an air card, and my other friend could be sitting right next to me on an air card, and us three could play straightforward poker, never make any kind of moves, okay? And you can't win. You can't win. Nobody understands that. If I can look at 8 to 12 cards, you can't win. He's got the ace of hearts. Okay, I can raise. You don't know you don't have it. So you don't have to. You can never know that you're getting cheated. I'm not saying that there's blatant cheating going on online, because I don't know if there is. I just know this. I've had one losing month of my life playing live poker, and I've had probably 1 winning month of playing online. So I guess I'm just unlucky online. and I, so
that doesn't make any sense though, does it?
But again, I listen. Online poker, it's great for people around the world that can't get to a card room or live in cities that there's no poker or whatever. But to think that when Helm used to say to me, "Oh, there's going to be 1-200 limit games," I'm like, 1-200 limit game? Who in the world will ever play 1-200 limit online? I'm like, how easy it is to cheat? And he's like, "Oh, you'll see, it'll happen." Next thing you know, they're playing 2,000, 4,000. And and everybody and it's like the biggest craze. Oh my God, you got to watch these high limit games. Oh, you got to watch these high limit games. And it's like, oh, let's watch a bunch of degenerates play for 24 hours straight, the highest games in the world. Yeah. And see and look up to him like he's my idol. You know what I'm saying? Or people like, don't get me wrong, Isildur's such a nice kid. He's a great guy, but he's like the biggest degen I think I might have ever met. And he's let's see if we can like have $1 million bankroll and be broke the next day and see if we can get put back into action, and everybody could look up to us. So one thing I learned the most about poker over the years, and don't get me wrong, I used to have the biggest ego in the world. I challenged everybody head up. I challenged everybody to every game in the world. But you know what? I grew up. When you grow up, you realize poker's not about playing the best people in the world. It's about playing the idiots. So you find yourself spots that have 1 or 2 fishes in the game, and you jump in the game. And if there's no fishes in the game, you stay home that day. You call, you see who's in the game, you see what's going on, and you try and you play high limit. You play 2 or 3 days a week, if that, or maybe even 2 or 3 days a month, whatever, and you find good games where you're always going to win, and that's what poker's about. It's not about challenging the best players in the world to see if you can beat them, because nobody has that big an edge over the next best player. I mean, maybe they better, but over a short period of time, nobody.
Cards will break even, right?
Cards will break even, yeah. So let's just say Ivy's better than me, and he's probably all around a better poker player than me, but if we played 100 times head up, he doesn't have to win any of those 100 or even 1,000 times head up, because it's a long period of time. And that's why you don't challenge the best players in the world and playing the best players. You try and find spots that have weak spots. And that's what it took me a long time to understand. When the game's good and you're playing good, you play. I don't care how much you're losing. I don't care how much you're winning. When the game goes to shit or you're not playing well, you get up and quit. That's all.
There you go.
Absolutely. Put your opponents to the test. Make them play for whatever makes them nervous. Right?
Exactly. And it took me a long time to learn that. So luckily I have.
Some great advice from Mike there. That is for sure. Hey, well, we got Terry on the line. He wanted to get some info about the Hammond, so he's been sitting for half an hour. So let's get Terry
Thanks for
on.
waiting, Terry.
Yeah, appreciate it, Terry. How you doing?
Okay, how you guys doing?
Great. Hey, what info you got from the Hammond tournament?
Yeah, my buddy back home from Chicago, he was playing in that tournament. His name's Alan Webby. He ended up in 18th place he got $23,400. But the girl that ended up taking 3rd place in the whole tournament, she was playing a 1-2 game at Hammond while they were giving out seats, and she got one of the seats, and she ended up taking 3rd place for $193,832.
Wow.
The best payday of her life.
That's how things go in poker. It is incredible. Just the craziest things happen.
That's unreal.
This is what Mike lost his headphones. I
never got
I don't
them.
know what happened.
I was wondering, how do we hear this guy talk? And I just looked at
there we go.
Everybody's got headsets on but me.
Yeah, there we go. Well, Terry, hey, thanks for the story, man. Appreciate that. Thanks for hanging on and calling in. Appreciate it. All right. Well, hey, we got to get our Arctic Blue Keep Your Cool game of the day in. You guys are in trouble on this one. So.
It's time for the Arctic Blue Keep Your Cool game of the day.
Now, of course, in honor of Mike Matusow, we had to come up with a game to recognize the mouth. So your game is whose mouth is it? All right. So this is it's really simple. Okay, I'm gonna read each of you. We're gonna go around a few times. Gonna read you a quote, and you're gonna tell me if it was Mike the Mouth. And of course, the World Series is going on, so I went to one of the great baseball movies, Major League 2. Okay, so you have to tell me if it's a Mike the Mouth quote, a Major League 2 quote, or if I just made it up.
Oh no!
All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Nate, you got off to a bad start in the last game we did.
I'll do better on this one.
All right, so
I've been
a
Mike fan for years.
I'm hoping you're going to do better on this. All right, so I'm going to give you a good one here, Nate. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The kitty game is down the street.
That's a Matusow quote.
Thank
for
you.
sure.
There we go.
That's on T-shirts.
That was too easy.
That's on T-shirts.
That was easy.
I
You
had to
better
give-
give me an easy one.
I was actually thinking though. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
I had to give Nate the softball because I felt bad for him the last time. All right, Donna. Your lack of talent is only outweighed by how much of an idiot you are. Go away now.
That sounds like a Phil Hellmuth quote.
It does. I don't think it's my quote.
It's not a Mike quote.
Is it Mike, Major League, or made up?
Made up.
Made up is correct. Good job. Good job. Got the read on me. Mike.
Yeah.
Women, you can't live with them, and they can't pee standing up.
That's Major League 2 quote. I've
Very
seen that
good.
movie a million times.
All right, so let's see. So everybody's been correct so far. You're all 1 point. Very good. All right, Nate, back to you. Let's go with this one. You realize how many times lightning has to strike for you to be sitting there?
Made up.
No.
Incorrect.
Oh, that's a Matusow quote.
That is a Matusow
Yes, I
quote.
know. I remember saying it.
When did you say that?
I don't know, but I remember saying it.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, Donna, back to you here. So a chance to at least get past Nate. Let's go with. I'd just like to say you're standing on the tracks and the train's coming through, butthead.
I'm going to say Mike.
No. That's a Major League 2 quote.
That's a Major League 2 quote.
Damn.
All right, so Mike can take the lead on this.
Well, I can't because I've seen that movie probably 100 times, so I know if it's me or I know it's that or I'll know if it's made up.
That is true.
I
All
got
right.
an edge.
Just call me boss man.
That is, it's not me. I'm pretty sure that is made up.
No, that is
Major League
you.
Really?
I found that online. That is you.
Was I making fun of what's his name when he said that? That I always says I'm the boss. Call me boss. Maybe I was.
I think so, but wow.
What's his name? Antran used to say that. Oh, hey boss. So I used to say, just call me boss, man. So maybe I was talking to Antran. So.
Wow, Mike got one of his own quotes wrong.
Now I don't feel so bad.
Oh my goodness! All right, last time around here.
I just thinking I know it wasn't Major League 2, and I don't remember saying it. So
Nate, you have no marbles.
Mike.
No.
No.
You've never
Come
said
on.
that?
You've actually never seen Major League 2, have you?
No, I've never seen
No,
it.
that's when Tanaka says, "You got no marbles, man."
I'm not a baseball fan.
Yeah.
Often.
How can you not be a baseball fan?
Donna, you can wrap
Tigers
up a
fan.
tie here if you're
Okay.
correct. Why the bleep did I bet the Jets again? I'd have made a better bet if I'd have put 5 dimes on the stewardesses.
Yeah, that's Mike.
Oh, for sure.
That's Mike.
No, I made that one up.
No, really? I know I said that to somebody last week. I know I said that to somebody this last weekend.
He just said he said it.
The reason
It's a
why I
Mike
know I
quote.
said that because I lost a lot of money this weekend on the Jets. I said,
On
I
the
can't
Jets.
believe I bet the Jets again. I'd rather die than ever bet on Geno Smith. So I was thinking for sure I had to say that.
Oh my gosh, I'm fooling everybody. This is great.
Oh.
Mike, you can win the game.
Oh, wow.
You can win the game. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. I believe I'm one of the top 5 players in the world. It's the only thing I do good. I'm an idiot when it comes to anything else.
Well, that's 100% me.
You betcha. There you go.
Just lob it right in there. Just lob it.
That was almost like a T-ball question
Really?
there.
All
Because I am
right.
an idiot at everything else.
So Mike wins the game as we expected he would. All right, we have to get a commercial break in. We'll come back and wrap this thing up.
The bad thing is Mike got one wrong.
Yes. That's all right.
How did I not know that I keep saying that? I don't remember saying it. I still don't remember saying it.
Oh, my God. We'll be right back.
Last summer, I was at the World Series of Poker every day and couldn't walk 2 steps without seeing someone wearing 3Bet clothing. It's super comfortable and stylish, and all their stuff looks amazing. The incredible team of pros who wear 3Bet hats, hoodies, tees, and more are a who's who in poker. All-time greats like Jonathan Little, Doc Sands, Brian Rask, Jason Kuhn, Scott Clements, Greg Mueller, Ben Tollerine, Jeff Gross, and of course, Antonio Esfandiari, all proudly wearing the 3Bet brand. They wear 3Bet clothing because they know that being comfortable and feeling confident is crucial to winning on and off the tables. 3Bet.com has shipped thousands of orders worldwide, and it's time for you to join the 3Bet team just like the pros. Go to the number 3bet.com and receive an added bonus of 15% off with the promo code RADIO. Make that right call. Look and feel like a pro at 3bet.com.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at doubledigitcovers.com and call now for today's free winner at 1-855-489-3500. That's 1-855-489-3500. Stop guessing and start winning today at doubledigitcovers.com.
Poker is more fun when you win. Most poker books are too theoretical. They tell you to be more aggressive but give few practical examples. Poker Plays You Can Use by Doug Hull, edited by Ed Miller, has 49 concepts with multiple, clear examples from real, live 1-2 through 5-10 games. Each hand is visually represented, explaining which players are vulnerable to these moves. Use discount code KLAV at 3barrelbluff.com to get 25% off your copy. Paper and ebook available.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
At Team Poker Joker, we build innovative, high-performance, poker-focused apparel designed to keep you cool and calm in tough situations. Wait, no we don't. We've just got a cool brand representing the suits of this beautiful game called poker. Our gear won't make you better, but it will keep a smile on your face. So don't be so serious and show you know how to have fun. Get your Poker Joker gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com. Grin and win today at TeamPokerJoker.com.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, we are back, and we're running a little long because we've just been having so much fun with Mike the Mouth.
Well, you got me in a good mood at least. So
Yeah.
all right.
Mike, you're always peppy when you get around me.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
You know, I came this morning. I wanted to just kill the world. So now I'm pretty happy. And, yeah, you kind of cheered me up a little bit.
Yeah, it's like Hoke therapy for you.
Yeah, I get a lot of things off my chest that I want to get off my chest. You know, like I wanted to get that all around out of my it's been on my chest for a while because I think it's just ridiculous that people could win a high stakes tournament, not a high stakes tournament, but a high roller tournament, and be included in best all around. And I think it's ridiculous, like where Antonio won the one drop that year and he got a bracelet and was included in the best all around, where people were shut out of the event, they couldn't play in it.
Right.
So I mean, I think it's just, how can any tournament where you put a cap on how many people could play and you put it for charity can be included in best all around and be included as a bracelet is absolutely ridiculous. So.
Yeah, I hear you. I know. I kind of agree with you. I mean, especially when you cap how many players you can get in.
Right.
I mean, you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, basically you're saying, okay, you didn't get in already. Sorry, you have no chance at Player of the Year. Or you have no chance at being an all-time money winner because you were the 57th player in or whatever. I mean, really? So.
Well, they did open that up a little bit, let a few players in, and then they closed it off again, right?
No, they made it. No, they had
No.
it set.
Nope.
You weren't in the top 48. You didn't get in
That
last
was
year.
it.
No,
And this
they
year
had a satellite. That's how Gus got in.
And then this year they made it 56, which again is ridiculous. What are you putting a cap on a tournament where you're going to
Especially a charity tournament.
where you're going to avoid it, where you're going to award a bracelet and be included in best all around money winner. You know, that's just these are awards and history that you're messing with, and it's just. You know,
It's
I plan
more of an accomplishment to take down the afternoon deep stack.
Yeah, if I knew that it was going to bring so much notoriety and so much fame if I knew it was going to be so much notoriety and so much fame for playing in it, I would have played in it last year. I'm going to play in it next year. I mean, I'm going to go to my Twitter accounts and I'm going to start raising money for it. You know what I mean? I'm going to have people take a piece of me and I'll probably have it sold out within a month, maybe even less. You know, I'm going to sell $10,000 pieces. So, you know, hopefully. You know, we'll see what happens. But I mean, only because the fact that I didn't know it was going to be such a big deal. I mean, they made this thing the biggest thing in the world, and all of a sudden, if you won that tournament, you were like the greatest player in the history. I was just like, really?
Antonio's sponsoring Ultimate Bet or Ultimate Poker.
Yeah,
So.
I wonder if something happened with that though. I haven't seen him in any of the ads or anything lately. I think he might have lost that.
I know Jonathan Little is no longer there, but his face, Antonio's face, is still on their website. I
It is. Okay, yeah. I mean, I heard some stories. That's why I didn't know if it might have been because I looked at the Bluff magazine. I didn't see his picture or anything, and I haven't seen him in any of the commercials where I did originally. So I was wondering if something might have happened, but
possibly I haven't seen him.
I
in
heard
any
they
of the
weren't happy
commercials.
with him, so that's why I was asking if anybody knew that, but I have no idea.
A couple pros left besides Little, too. Weren't there other pros that left there?
I'm not sure. I follow Jonathan.
Listen, I don't really know much about it. You know, I was talking to them a little bit about getting myself on there.
They just opened up Pot Limit Omaha.
They're interested in some mixed games and some different stuff, and they wanted me to be a rep for that. And so I don't know if that's going to happen. But we'll see. But I know that the World Series of Poker, as normal, ain't doing nothing for anybody. And they basically said, oh, we're not sponsoring any players. We're not doing anything. Our brand's going to carry us. And everybody's going to run over there and flock to them and they don't do anything for anybody. Why everybody wants to flock with people that don't do nothing for you?
I've been trying to sign up on WSOP.com since the day it opened. And every time I get to the point where I'm just supposed to hit enter, and it says, sorry, your address doesn't match your
boy, between that and Obamacare, you're pretty much screwed. Huh?
Well, yeah. Well, I really wanted to play in that $100,000 free roll they had on the 25th. And I did not get the opportunity to play in that, which really upsets me. I love playing in those free rolls, and I've beat fields of over 7,000 players
I'm a big proponent of sites or people that help poker players, people that do things for poker players. You know, say what they want about when I used to work for Full Tilt. I mean, they hired hundreds of poker players, red pros, gave them a chance for money rake back an hour played, where people were actually
I lived
being
off
able
my
to,
rake back in my affiliate programs.
People like regular Joe Schmo would able that had some success in tournaments was able to sign and make a decent living even if they broke even in poker, and that was really good. You know, so I thought that was really good. You know, I mean, I granted didn't know that
they had worldwide fields.
Ray Bitar and the whole world were stealing all of our money. Yeah. You know, but the bottom line is that's what greed will get you. I mean, when you sit there and you have your life by the you know what, and you have nothing to worry about, and but that isn't enough for you. You know, you end up with what happened.
Well, I'll tell you what a great show this has been. Man, we could have
great time.
Hey, sponsors out there, we need another hour. Start plunking the money down. Nate, Donna, Mike, thank you. Of course, Mark Hoke Show brought to you by BlueRail.net and Blind Squirrel Apparel, Off-Tilt Poker Tables, Team Poker Joker, Poker Plays you can use, Final 9 Comic, Arctic Blue Cooling Towels, Double-Digit Covers, 3Bet Clothing, and RogueWire.com. Hey, make sure you join us, of course, on Sunday. We're going to have the Hall of Fame show on RogueWire.com. It is going to be a great week, and, of course, the November 9 shows on RogueWire. So make sure you check us out. We're going to have a great time out there at the Penn and Teller Theater all week long. Appreciate it, guys. We will see you next week. Nolan Dalla on the show, so make sure you tune in.
All right, take care, man.
Thanks a lot.